copyright holders sue AI developers for massive copyright infringement. AI is being used by judges to make decisions in real legal cases. And lawyers start using AI in their work. Or AI starts using lawyers. I don't know. Hi, this is Copycast. We're talking about intellectual property and related stuff. This episode is generated by Viktor Gorsky-mochalov
and Anton Yindrishak. And we are intellectual property lawyers who want to share some cool stories while resting between our court hearings. Enjoy! And you know, Victor, I suppose that this is the last episode of Copycast.
Oh no, we just started.
So, because it looks like due to artificial intelligence, Word no more needs any lawyers anymore, and we are just going to lose our job, and we will be another IT guys, and we will make another IT podcast and something like that.
No, I'm against it. I think the world still needs IP lawyers.
I think you're just a conservative one.
No, people really need us to save them from artificial intelligence.
Who need?
What?
Who?
Getty Images.
Okay.
Getty Images is a stock images service. A massive bunch of images made by artists and photographers who want you to pay for a license to use these images on a website, in media, and so on. This is how these artists and photographers earn money, as well as Getty Images. And one day, Stable Diffusion appeared. The artificial intelligence that is capable to create beautiful images just on the base of their describing text. You just use a text description as a prompt. You describe what you want to get, and you get nice generated pictures as output. Fantastic!
Magic!
Yes!
And Getty Images just sued Stable Diffusion developers.
Yes!
Because no one needs Getty Images now.
No, because the Stable Diffusion is capable to generate amazingly generated art because it was deeply learned on thousands or maybe billions of images that belong to Getty Images. That is what they say.
And I think that another claim regarding trademark rights is much more interesting here.
Trademark?
Getty Images attached to their lawsuit some images that were generated by Stable Diffusion, and we can notice that on these images there are parts that are very similar to images belonging to Getty Images, but also these Stable Diffusion's pictures contain a piece of image that is extremely similar to Getty Images trademark.
Well, it was to be expected. If Stability AI actually trained their Stable Diffusion model on thousands of Getty Images that had a Getty Images trademark on them, then of course the generated images would very likely have something very similar to that trademark.
Yeah, of course, because AI just think that every possible picture should have this trademark, of course. And there are two main problems here. First, Stability AI is their competitor who also provides consumers with nice pictures, and now they use a mark very similar to Getty Images trademark, so this is just a simple trademark infringement. And second, more interesting one, that images generated by Stable Diffusion are not so nice that Getty Images pictures, and they, to be honest, maybe really ugly sometimes. These ugly images contain the trademark of Getty Images, and now there are millions of pictures that are at the same time ugly and have the Getty Images trademark. So consumers may think that Getty Images provides someone with ugly pictures.
Yeah. This dispute raises an important question about the ethics of AI developers in relation to authors, artists, photographers, and so on. This seems like a story about how IT folks have created a robot that creates works, and so we no longer need to pay artists to create. But actually, I think this is the story about that this robot is able to do something impressive in large part because of the artists or the companies who fund those artists. And these artists and companies get exactly nothing while the IT folks acquire wealth and fame. Moreover, they take the bread away from the artists, even though it was the artists who created everything the AI was trained on.
Yeah, and this is very logically positioned to ban someone from learning from other guys' creations. But this position is not to be very well based on copyright acts and principles on my own, because copyright in its own does not permit to ban everyone from just seeing a picture or listening to music. And it's obvious that one can learn when see or listen or feel someone. And there never were any complexities with that. And why just situation with AI should be regulated in other way than with regular human being?
Sounds smart, actually, and interesting point of view. I'm not agree, but yeah, sounds quite reasonable. I just would add that I know that some creators, some artists now would like to add to licenses under which they share their works freely. Some additional provision like, you're welcome to use my works freely, but please don't use my works to learn your artificial intelligence.
That's funny. Actually, in some jurisdictions it is prohibited already. For example, under European Union regulations, publicly available data may be used freely for machine learning only by researchers and only with non-commercial purposes. And this Stable Diffusion case is not the one now, and there were another lawsuit against AI developers. Moreover, this legal action is taken by individuals and not big companies. And defendants here were Stability AI, Midjourney, and DeviantArt, and the allegations were similar.
Well, Anton, did you hear about the judge who used AI to write a decision in a real legal case?
Yeah, and this is a cyberpunk that we deserve. So, Judge Juan Manuel Padilla Garcia, very, very complex name, from Colombia's First Circuit Court, used the AI tool named ChatGPT to assist him in solving a dispute between a health insurance company from one side and the guardian of an autistic child from another. Judge asked the AI the following questions. First, is an autistic minor exonerated from paying fees from their therapist? And second, has the law of the Constitutional Court made favorable decisions in similar cases?
And he really copied the answer made by AI to the real decision?
Not exactly. He added his own thoughts and his own conclusion, but generally, yes, he just copied that.
Well, I don't know what to say.
You can ask ChatGPT by yourself.
Okay. Hey, ChatGPT, is it okay to use you in a real legal case to make a legal decision?
As an AI language model, I do not have access to information about specific legal cases or any legal authority to provide a definitive answer on this matter. However, it is important to note that the use of AI and technology in legal proceedings is a complex and evolving issue, and its appropriateness may depend on a variety of factors, including the specific context of the case, the nature of the legal question being addressed, and the applicable laws and regulations. In general, the use of AI and technology in legal decision-making is still relatively new, and there may be concerns about issues such as bias, accuracy, transparency, and accountability. It is important for legal systems to carefully consider the potential benefits and risks of using AI and to establish appropriate safeguards and standards to ensure that the use of these technologies is fair, ethical, and in compliance with applicable laws and regulations. Ultimately, it would be up to the relevant legal authorities and experts to evaluate the appropriateness of using ChatGPT or any other AI technology in a specific legal case, taking into account the relevant legal and ethical considerations.
It seems very smart. You know, it looks like I don't need a human being to be my co-host here anymore.
No, you need me.
Are you sure?
Yes, ask a robot.
Hey, AI, what do you think? Do I need Victor to be my co-host here?
Yes, you need Victor to make Copycast.
See? But we can fire our junior colleagues because paralegal AI.
What? Paralegal AI?
Yeah, this is another chatbot, but it can make simple legal advices.
Seems very good. Yeah, okay, let's fire them.
And and the last question: are AI generated art protected by copyright?
It depends. It depends on circumstances, but in many countries, copyrights on AI-generated art are not recognized in principle, because work must be created by human to be protected. And United States Copyright Office assumes, for example, that only works that have an authorship could be protected, and that only a human can be an author. So, the office will not register work produced by a machine or mere mechanical process that operates randomly or automatically without any creative input or intervention from a human author.
Okay.
But some other countries like the United Kingdom are more progressive, or not, in this regard. They do not see a problem in recognizing the copyrights of those who have used AI to make their own pictures, for example. In the case of literally dramatic, musical, or artistic work which is computer generated, the author should be taken to be the person by whom the arrangements necessary for the creation of the work are undertaken.
Okay.
So, in other jurisdictions, not only United States or United Kingdom, there are many of them, and this question is not clear yet, so the only thing that we can do here is just wait for some court practice or maybe new laws about that.
And now it's interesting to to listen AI developers what they say about who owns copyrights to AI generated works.
So have you asked them?
No, I've read terms of use of several AI models. Most of them contain provisions that users own all copyrights. Most of them. However, it's not so easy. For example, developers of our breeder model made a quite neat copyright trick. They acknowledge users as copyright holders, but all the pictures created by them are automatically licensed under Creative Commons Zero license terms, which are almost equal to the public domain regime. That means that our breeder users lose any control over copying their images by anyone.
Is it legal?
Yes.
Okay.
I suppose. Another trick that is more pleasant for users was made by developers of Night Cafe AI. In case laws of some country recognize a developer, not a user, but a developer, as a copyright holder, the developer gives the user the fullest possible license for the generated content.
I think it's reasonable to recognize users as authors of generated art.
I agree, especially when we're talking about prompt engineering, when people obviously use their creativeness to make an AI to create something certain.
Yeah. So, today we talked about modern technologies and artificial intelligence. I really bother of them. So follow us on any podcast service you like. It may be Spotify, Google, or maybe Apple Podcast. See our video on YouTube channel Copyrighted Dreams, and read our posts in Telegram. And ciao!
Ciao!
Ciao.